guys, it's 21 Maxwell here and welcome to another edition of TNA Making an Impact, where we have our final pay-per-view of 2016 coming up in our next episode. So this is the go-home show. Hopefully I'll give you an idea of the card that we're going to have at the pay-per-view. There will be one or two matches added then because limited time, because we've only had a 2-week build. But hopefully we can get some storylines over. We've seen that Barrett's going to be out for a long time, at least 3 months, so the unfortunate storyline that was going to happen between him and Bobby Lashley, that's been scrapped, but as you can maybe see there's potential for a future feud going forward. But got a few ideas. There's a big gap between Final Resolution and the first pay-per-view of January, so hopefully over that 6-week, I think it's 5-6 week period, we can hopefully build up a really good card and really hit 2017 with a bang. As I say, we're building up to the pay-per-view Final Resolution coming up on this Sunday in game. So as I say, hopefully it gets storylines across and hopefully you guys enjoy it. So 17 segments. Did write this at like 4:30 in the morning, so we'll see how it goes. But here it is, it's TNA Making an Impact. Let's go. So 4,500 in the Aragon Ballroom in Chicago, Illinois. Absolutely delighted that's a sellout then, that's great. And we start the show with the 50% owner, TNA Impact Wrestling. It's the lovely Carly. She says, "Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to TNA Impact. Now, it's been a quick turnaround, but we head to our next pay-per-view this Sunday, and we make it official for Final Resolution. We will have a contract signing between the champion, the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Fergal Devitt, and the number 1 contender, Chris Jericho, to end the show tonight. Also, our main event matchup for tonight will see some enemies get a hold of each other just days before they go at it at Final Resolution, as we see Rey Mysterio team up with Drew Galloway to take on Magnus and of course Rey Mysterio's rival EC3. So a good matchup there for a main event. Hopefully that should draw a good rating. And she just says, let's finish 2016 with a bang and let's continually keep improving this great company. So C-57. The angle got the show off to a strong start and it got the crowd hotter. Carly was very underwhelming though. And the You Building Me and the UK storyline has advanced with this segment. The You Building Me storyline has also lost a bit of heat. Overall, pretty good segment. It opens the show up, it gives you an idea what to expect, and just hope they get good ratings there. So we start off in a bout that had some decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. We had Shibata defeat DJ Zemayon in 6:08 by pinfall. A C-58. Unfortunately in this, Zemayon's been pretty much an enhancement talent, putting guys over. He will get a push eventually. It's a shame because he's X-Division champion, I believe, in real life. But just still not suited to his gimmick. Until I've had an idea of where I want to take him, no plans to change that gimmick until it's time. This match got the crowd hotter though. Zemayon with a 29 and a 71 for Shibata. So no skill improvements, but it gives Shibata some momentum going into this Sunday. After a quick promo, and he just says, "Jay Lethal, I know you're not here tonight, but this Sunday, I will knock you out." So C-62, simple promo, short, sweet, straight to the point, and basically hyping up the rematch that Jay Lethal gets for the championship. The TNA National Championship storyline advances, but it loses a little bit of heat, but overall, it's a decent promo. Next up in a bout that had some subpar wrestling and little heat, the team of Kenny Omega and Trevor Lee defeated Phoenix and Spud in 8 minutes and 5 when Kenny Omega defeated Phoenix by pinfall with a Cross Wrath. Spud was a weak link though, struggling to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performance. The D+49's okay, these guys do need to keep getting built up. Phoenix is getting better at his gimmick. Unfortunately, both of the villains in this matchup, Kenny Omega and Trevor Lee, were off their game, which is a shame. But we still got a 36 for Spud, a 46 for Phoenix, a 46 for Trevor Lee, 49 for Kenny Omega, and the TNA X Division storyline has advanced with this segment. So just a match up here, giving Kenny Omega a bit more momentum, and there'll obviously be a bit of inconsistencies through a couple of wrestlers, and hopefully we can work on that. After the matchup, Kenny Omega has scored the winning pinfall, and it's over the X Division champion Phoenix again. He doesn't even celebrate his win though. He goes straight to the timekeeper and he grabs the X Division championship. He then gets back in the ring. He waits for Phoenix to stand up before he nails him in the head with the championship belt. He then shouts at Phoenix, "I didn't leave Japan for this disrespect. I'll beat you in this Sunday, loser, and I will take back the championship, and maybe then we'll have some goddamn credibility in this division." So he's pissed off that he keeps getting in these matchups, but it's the other person in the match that loses it, and he gets a one-on-one matchup with Phoenix this Sunday. So at D-40, the X Division Championship storyline continues again, but unfortunately lost heat. Although a lot of them are losing heat, they were at a high level of heat, or at least a higher level. I wouldn't say high, I wouldn't say they're all going to be B-minuses or whatnot, but they're all at a higher level, and sometimes the promo stuff is not as good as the actual matchups. Next up in a poor match, Ali defeated Madison Rayne in 7 minutes and 12 by pinfall with a sit-out facebuster. This was a D47. Madison Rayne was off her game. The announcing team did help the match up. Ali only with 39, she's a big work in progress. Madison Rayne with 45. No skill improvements here, just a good matchup for Ali, getting her over. And that leads to the following segment. She's picked up the lucky victory and she quickly scampers up the ramp. She's delighted with the win, and the crowd are loving it as well as the underdog has won. However, the joy is short-lived when Sienna appears from behind and she clobbers Ali in the back. She then grabs Ali and shouts, "Sunday, this won't be final resolution for you, it will be your final night in TNA." She then throws Ali back down. So a D-40, the TNA knockout storyline advances. It also loses heat, because obviously Ali isn't as over, but we're going to go with Sienna versus Ali, and unsure if it's going to be for the championship or not. As I say, that'll be booked on the day. That may be the last minute plans changed. We'll see. Next up, we see James Storm, and he's walking down the hallway, swigging a beer, singing some good old country songs. When all of a sudden the lights in the hallway go out, and we hear some banging and some shouts. The lights have then come back up in the Monster Abyss is seen, and he's absolutely mauling James Storm. He's beating him down, he's throwing him off wall to wall, where he picks up the fallen beer bottle that Storm was drinking, and he smashes it over the head of the cowboy. Abyss then comes out in a crazed laugh by saying, "Ha ha 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 ha, this is what happens when I have to conquer my demons." Then he just says, "Decay, decay, decay." So, basically the storyline at the moment is like Abyss obviously has something in his past that is alcohol related. He sees James Storm drinking beer and he freaks out. So D47, the Decay or Drunk storyline advances, again losing a bit of heat, but it carries on, and that storyline will build up to something else down the line. Next up in a terrible matchup, Brian Cage, who also debuted last week, defeated Grado in 3:25 with a flying elbow drop. A D-40, nothing great, but building up Cage. He seemed off his game. The announced quality lifted the match, as did the colour commentary. Grado with 32 and Brian Cage with a 39. Brian Cage improving his flying skills. Few negatives there, psychology, holding back. I'd say it really just was to prove the point that this man's a machine. What a destructive victory over Grado by Brian Cage, and he laughs as Grado tries to get to his feet. And Cage goes to attack him again before outrunning from the back comes Bobby Lashley. Cage instantly retreats to the ramp, and Lashley checks in Grado before getting a mic. Lashley says, "Hey big fella, it's not so easy when it's someone your own size, is it? I'll tell you what, I had to chase off Barrett last week before he unfortunately got hurt, and trust me, if it was me versus him, he would have got hurt anyway. So hence he can't make it this Sunday. So since he can't make it this Sunday, if you're such a big man, if you're a machine, why don't you bring it? Lashley versus Cage." So C62 obviously really disappointed. The storyline with Lashley and Barrett didn't go, but it just made sense. We can link in Lashley with Brian Cage. Brian Cage performed poorly in this segment though. Bobby Lashley looked good. And yeah, overall, pretty happy with that. Next up, and About that had some decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. We had Bram defeating Sami Callihan in 7:53 with a Velvet Noise. A C65, great performance from both these gents, great chemistry between them. Sami Callihan with a 49 and Bram with a 66. No skill improvements, but again building up some more momentum for Bram. Bram wins and the lights go out in the arena before a familiar face pops up on the Titantron. And of course, it's Jeff frickin' Hardy. Jeff says, Bram, you seem intent on making your name off of me. You think that you can do sick things that will frighten me. Did you see what me and my brother Matt endured last month, and you think I'm going to be intimidated by you? The creatures inspire me and they drive me to go to lengths that only I can surpass, time and time again. And this Sunday, at Final Resolution, you won't get away with a cheap DQ shot, a DQ win over me. We're going extreme. We're going hardcore. We're going to fight. And it's time for Jeff freaking Hardy. So awkward doing Jeff Hardy promos because Jeff's obviously a very awkward guy when it comes to promos. But basically we're going to have some sort of hardcore matchup between Jeff and Bram. So there'll be no DQ. But a solid C plus 71 from Jeff Hardy. Gained heat in the storyline. And that rematch will happen this Sunday. Then cut back to Callie in her office. She says, now unfortunately due to what happened earlier on, it means that James Storm will be unable to compete tonight and of course this Sunday. So I have an announcement to make regarding the tag team division. On Sunday, we will see the BC defend the TNA Tag Team Championships against the Tribunal, the Wolves, and the Decay. And to give you all a taster of what to expect this Sunday, we will have a matchup tonight that will have Crazy Steve, Davey Richards, Nick Jackson and Baron Dax. You four superstars will compete in a fatal 4-way match, and that match is next. So fatal 4-way preview tag match, the tag team storyline continues in the Lost Heat due to the D48. We really need to get Carly over. If it comes to worse, we'll just, sack her. But yeah, it's not too bad. It's building her up. It's getting the storyline across. And it leads into the match, which had some decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. And it saw Davey Richards defeat Baron Dax, Nick Jackson, and Crazy Steve in 13:56 when Davey Richards defeated Baron Dax with a shooting star press. Solid C61 does the job. Rosemary doing some good work at ringside. You can clearly see who carried the match up. It was Davey Richards 66, Nick Jackson with 64. Not so good for Baron Dax with 36, and Crazy Steve with 40, who's slowly but surely improving. The Tag Team Championship storyline continued but lost heat, and Nick Jackson was able to improve in his performance skills. Overall, a couple of negatives. Negative crowd reaction for Baron Dax, they must not like him, won't build that up. Poor psychology. I think he's someone that may benefit from a TNA developmental. Next up, we are with Rey Mysterio and Drew Galloway as they are backstage moments before their tag team match up with EC3 and Magnus. Rey says, it seems to me that EC3 cannot deal with the fact that I am this little underdog that manages to continually get the better of him and pin him 1, 2, 3 time after time. I'll give him as many chances as he wants to redeem himself, although sometimes I question myself why, after he never gave me a chance to redeem myself after the mistake I made. Thankfully in Drew Galloway, I have someone who knows I have made mistakes and is fully trusting in me. Drew says, that's right, Rey. As you say, we all make mistakes. What's important is that we learn from them, and I know you'll do just that. I just hope that EC3 and his buddy, it seems Magnus, learns from theirs. The ass whipping that they're going to get from Drew Galloway, baby. So, B-72, solid promo from Rey and Drew. Gets 2 storylines over, with the UK storyline gaining a little bit of heat. And overall, pretty happy with that. Which leads to a solid main event matchup, and About that had some good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. The team of Magnus and EC3 defeat Rey Mysterio and Drew Galloway in 14:52 when Ethan Carter III defeated Drew Galloway by pinfall while using the ropes for leverage. A solid B-72, as I say, is a good main event matchup. Drew's getting Berry's gimmick, EC3 not suited, so he switches. Got some good ratings in there. Drew with a 69, a 74 for Mysterio, a 72 for EC3, and a 64 for Magnus. The You Building Me storyline has continued, as has the UK storyline, which gained a little bit of heat. There were no skill improvements in this matchup, but overall, the negatives you're seeing are inconsistencies, low heat, but overall, at TNA level, where we're at right now, a B-72 is fairly promising. And that means we end the show with a contract signing. Due to character limits even, everyone is already in the ring. I put up in the Grey Dog software forums again, can we get more character space so we can properly write out like contract signings and stuff like this. I doubt we'll ever get in a patch. If we do, great. I'll keep asking. I don't want to nag at them too much, but it would be a great thing we could get, hopefully. Anyway, Jericho says, Devitt, this Sunday we are going to produce a masterclass, something that the fans of TNA haven't seen in a long time. We're going to get 5 stars from Big Dave, and we will tear the house down. But let me warn you about something, Devitt. This is the big time. The stakes are high, and during the matchup, if I got to do what I got to do, you bet your ass I will do it. I'm the best in the world at what I do, and you will see that this Sunday. Now, do you understand what it is that I am saying to you right now? Devitt replies, Chris, I know this Sunday you will bring it. I also know that you're someone who is more than capable of turning and cheating in an instance. So this Sunday, I'll be prepared for any trick that you try and pull out. Both men stare each other down. Devitt just lifts up the title, and then we end the show. No point having a brawl, they're both baby faces, just a nice, calm and relaxing contract signing with no fighting. Just mutual respect, but the hint that Jericho always has that villainous side. So a B-73, the colour commentary helped it, the announcing helped it, Jericho came out of it looking excellent, Carly did not, but again, hopefully I've been in these segments, because you'd have that authority figure, can boost her up. And the World Heavyweight Championship storyline advances, but it did lose a little bit of heat. Only negative was the announcing's low experience. I'm hoping that match steals the show, raises the prestige of the championship. I'm excited for that. So overall, a C plus 70. It's not horrible. Definitely not horrible. Would have maybe liked a B minus, but the main thing is they keep increasing the popularity in the 18 regions and they keep growing. So what I'll say now is, see, looking right now, if I go through the card, you've got your main event match, Jericho versus Devitt for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. You've got EC3 versus Rey Mysterio. You get the Fatal 4-Way Tag match between the Wolves, the Tribunal, the Young Bucks, and the Decay. You've got Jeff Hardy versus Bram. You're going to probably have Bobby Lashley versus Brian Cage. You've got Sienna versus Ali. You get Kenny Omega versus Phoenix. And you've got Shibata versus Jay Lethal. That's for the TNA National Championship. I may add 1 or 2 more matches. Storylines will be written on that show to see how they get put together. But if you'd like to put your predictions in the comments below, and we'll see who does well this time. As I say, a lot of the booking is on the fly, but there is a couple of storylines here where I do know who is definitely going over and what's next for them. It's hard to plan too much in front, because as much as I love to book 2-3 months down the line, look at happens to Barrett, it changes everything, and a guy like Brian Cage becomes available, a guy like Chris Jericho becomes available, and you kind of need to go, oh, we'll bring them in. But overall, happy with the grade and stuff like that. Just need to keep going the way we're going, and as I say, hopefully 2017, it might take a bit of time, but we'll get there. I mean, there you go, there's one right there. Del Rio. He's going to probably stay with WWE, but like, if it was realistic, like, it's too small. Obviously won't go to TNA in real life, but he's obviously left WWE and back as El Patron. So Argos is rising. I've just signed him in my WWE save, so I'm trying to see how good he turns out. Although he won't debut in that to probably December on YouTube, but he's signed in that. Apart from that, nothing else really to look at. TNA drew a lot of praise. Says sellout, up to 1 million views, so it's not too bad. We're slowly getting good attendances, we're getting good broadcasting and good bit of exposure, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. James Storm doesn't get it. Okay, fair go. Cheers. But not much to really argue with. We're down to the 6th ranking company, but as I say, the companies in Japan and Mexico seem to grow a lot better. At the end of the day, as long as we're making money, we're continuing staying in profit, we're getting our prestige slowly up, the momentum's always improving, and the size of the company, as I say, it's going to take a bit of time. 65 we need to get to. It's not going to be anytime soon, but we keep working. These are the 3 regions we're working on. Then we'll look to expand to the likes of Mexico, Japan, Europe, and Australasia. Australia plus New Zealand. So yes, I'm enjoying it. We'll carry on. As I say, we've got TNA Final Resolution. Look at the schedule here. It's then a good 1 week there. I might even put Genesis back a little bit just to kind of tick her through and give us a bit more time to keep building a really strong card. Then into 2017, it'll be interesting to see if we end in the PW500. I don't think we'll get any awards, but you never know. So all I can say, guys, as always, thank you for watching. It's deeply appreciated. I say, if you get any comments on your series, let me know how you guys are getting on. If you're managing TNA or whatever you're managing, let me know how your saves are doing. If you get any issues with the game, I'll try my best. Can't guarantee I'll be able to be the problem solver like Tomko, but we'll give that a go. And as I say, as always, any likes and subscriptions are always deeply appreciated. Subscriptions will make sure that these videos will drop into your sub boxes. For TNA every Tuesday and every Friday. WWE will be Wednesday, Saturday, and Monday, while the WWE World Grand Prix is on, and then it'll be back to the usual Sunday upload once that's back off and it's back to pay-per-views. It's just there's 19 videos for the Grand Prix. Every day is on YouTube, and then it's back to the likes of Survivor Series, TLC, Armageddon, because we started the brand split pay-per-views, and recently I've booked the Rumble and No Way Out. I believe I'm just about to book Fastlane, which is my last pay-per-view before WrestleMania, so I'm quite a bit ahead, but I'm just trying to get as much, well, it's weird, like, as much, I'm trying to get as much done as possible. I'm enjoying the save and I'm really addicted to it, but I know for a fact, like, over the next few weeks, FIFA's it, so I'll be playing a lot of FIFA, so I won't have a lot of TW, but if I keep playing the save, I'm just going to keep recording it. It's going to be backdated, but as I say, it's one of these saves, once you start getting into the booking zone on it, it's kind of hard to put down. So that's how I'm so far ahead with it. It was never really meant to be a YouTube series. I thought I'd just update people on it, but it's been a big hit. People are enjoying it. As I say, there'll be spoilers on like Twitter and stuff, but it's been a really fun save. But as I say, this one always takes a bit of time to get into, get your roster nailed down. We're slowly getting there. Again, it's just finding certain. It's kind of getting the perfect roster. There's people like Braxton Sutter, Aiden O'Shea, Mika. It's like we've got them, but do we really need them? Actually, quick look at Mika. So like once that contract's done, he's gone because there's no use for him unless they'd bring in Tama Tonga and reboot him. But it's a big roster for 2 hours. That's what I'll say. So we'll leave it there and say thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully I'll join you for the next episode, which will be TNA Final Resolution. Bye bye.